Let's review guidelines and risks for this Zoom class. First of all, at a regular class, I would be there to watch, monitor what is happening, and here I'm not able to do that. So this is a at your own risk type of workout. Second, I would assume that throws, chokes, joint locks are not being done aggressively to completion against somebody else. To do proper throws, you need a proper mat area. You might need an instructor to be monitoring throws, chokes, or joint locks so they're being done properly. Third, I would ask that you have a proper space to be able to do your workout. Perhaps the floors, they should not be slippery. You have sufficient area, sufficient space without sharp objects around. So make sure your area is safe. Let's get it. Start with a quick stretch. You want to count with me? You're welcome to. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. We'll work on the 8 position forms. Remember that try to keep good shoulder width apart with the feet for Shichidan Hantai when you're moving. If you're doing the Sugiyashi, don't bring your feet together. You're keeping them somewhat apart and have good straight posture. Do the best you can to follow along with me. Right foot forward, Shichidan Tai, back and to the right. Left foot, back to the left. 3 Sugiyashi. And back. And now with left. And back. 90-degree Taisabake, still looking forward and back. And to the other side. Major 90-degree Taisabake, stepping forward and back. To the other side. Step forward into Jigotai with a sweep with the hand and back. Other side and back. 180-degree Taisabake. And the other side. Sinking down, hands up to eye level. Diagonal right, diagonal left. Knee strike. And the other. Now we'll do the punching forms. Remember, this is for a stretch. It's for a warm-up as you're moving. You don't normally hit someone going straight up, but this is for a stretch, okay? If you want to snap the punches, you can. I do not do that. I have bad shoulders. When we get into the kicks, we're going to add kicks in. There are 5 kicks. You should try to do those kicks without putting your foot down. If I put my foot down, don't follow me. The kick forward is high. The last kick is a high kick. There you go. So I'm going to do it facing this, instead of forward this time, I'm going to face this direction. So bow, hips, diagonal, side, elbow strike, forward, straight up, diagonal, side, elbow, forward, straight up. Same thing with steps, diagonal, side, back, forward, up on your toes, diagonal, side, back, forward, up on your toes, kicks, forward, back, in, out, and then up high in front. Forward, back, in, out, up high in front. Takuriwaza, your favorite technique for precision. I'll give you about 1.5 minutes on this now. Ready? Hajime, you are working your favorite technique, your Takuriwaza, for precision. Think about where your feet are. Are they in good position? Are my hands pulling correctly? You can do this static. You can do this moving around, but good precision. You can do this with your uchikomi band. You can do it with a belt. That's a 1/2 minute so far. You can hold on to your gi. Do it with that for precision. That's 1 minute. You have another 1/2 minute. $15 seconds. Mate. Now, if you were doing one side, I'm going to give you a 1/2 minute to do the other side. Do your non-preferred side. Hajime. Same thing for precision right now. Non-preferred side. That's 15. You got 15 seconds. Mate, Ashiwaza. Hands up. When you sweep, either bring the hands down, or if you prefer pushing in and turning, whatever you have learned to do your sweeps, but your hands should be doing something with it. Ready? Each and up. Ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ki, ju. Double step. Ich ni san chi. 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 Ich ni san mate. Stepping back, reaping. Ich ni san chi. Go. Other side. Step back, reap. Ich ni san chi. Go. Alternating. You sweep. Ich ni san chi. 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 Do some on your own. Go ahead. Mate. Step forward this time. Back and reap. So it's a ich ni san. Ich ni san. Ich ni san. So your partner is here. You're stepping around, and then catching them for the foot sweep. Okuri ashirai. Ich ni san. Ich ni san. Now we go to the other side. Step 2, 3. Step forward, 2, 3. Do a couple more on your own. Sabamagesh. Hands are up. Foot up and sweep. Up and sweep. Up and sweep. Up and sweep. Other side. Up and sweep. Up and sweep. Do a couple more on your own. All right. Your Tukui Waza, speed this time. All right. Moving speed, not for precision per se, but moving around. If you want to do uchikomis and a lot of them, but I'm going to give you a minute and a half to play with it. If you need to take a break and then continue, go ahead. So, Hajime. That's a half a minute. You got another minute to go. Thirty seconds left. Ten more seconds. Mate. Push-ups. From your knees, from your feet, doesn't matter. All the way down, all the way up. 20 seconds. On your own. Go ahead. That's 10. 10 more seconds. Mate. Toe taps. If you have another core exercise you prefer, you can do that. But otherwise, bring one knee up, the other knee up. And then it's touch up, touch up, touch up, touch up. Go ahead. You got 20 seconds. Five more seconds. Mate. Shrimping. Remember, I have said, if I'm going this direction, I'm pushing off with the left foot here. I'm bringing the right knee in so I can sneak it in for a leg entanglement. If my partner, I'll use my mannequin here, is holding me in Yoko Shiogatami, hand on the shoulder, hand on the hip, I shrimp, bring my right knee up so I can sneak it under for the leg. So if you have a mannequin and you want to have it on top of you, great. You could even have your own gi coat on top of you doing that, or just practice your shrimp. So do a few of those. Make sure you're pushing with the hands on the shoulder and the hip. You're bringing the hip out and getting that knee in. And then go to the other side. And you can alternate. One back, the other. Go ahead and do a couple. Okay, Mate. We'll finish off this segment with 2.5 minutes of movement. Doesn't have to be Takuiwaza. It can be whatever you want. You can be doing Ashiwaza, into Tosh, into Seo Inage. It can be Migi, Hidari. Again, it can be with your Uchikomi bands. Do some lefty, righty, Nippon Serenage, whatever it may be. So get going. 2.5 minutes you have. Whatever you would like for standing movement, fit-ins. It can be nice and easy if you would like. You're taking a little break here. Or it could be fast. If you've got your uchikomi bands, you can be burning out a whole bunch of uchikomis. That's about a 1/2 minute. You have 2 more to go. That's a minute. You have another 1.5 minutes. It's 1.5 minutes. You got 2 more, 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Half a minute left. Mate, bring it on in. Very nice, very nice. All right, we're going to go over some terms and a few things, recap and add a couple new things from last class. So quick recap. This is for more beginner students for the first part of it. So founder of judo is Jigoro Kano. The year, 1882. School, Kodokan. 2 main jiu-jitsu styles he had studied were Kitoru Jiu-Jitsu and Tenshin Shinryu Jiu-Jitsu. Uchikomi are fit-ins. If you have a partner, repetition practice. I throw, you throw is Sutegeko, S-U-T-E, Sutegeko. And free practice is Randori. All right. For more advanced players, some of your terms. Warm-up exercises are Junbi Undo, Junbi, J-U-N-B-I. Cool down exercises, Shumatsu Undo. All right. We went over blue last week, which is Ao, A-O, Ao, blue. And white is, we didn't go over that one, Shiro. And then last week we went over the parts of the gi. The whole top, I'm going to unmute people right now. So if I unmute you and you say something and you come up, as I say, you might be on the video, so just be aware of that. So I've just unmuted people unless you've got yourself muted. I didn't unmute all. So what's the top of the gi? Anyone?
Uagi.
Uagi, uagi, yes, the top. The belt is, of course, obi, we all have that. The pants are Zubon, Z-U-B-O-N, Zubon. The flip-flops are the Zoris. The sleeve is?
Sode.
Sode, Sode. Sode kamigoshi. The lapel is? Eri, Okurieri jimi. Okay. How many throws were in the original Gokyo no Waza? Remember? How many? Joel?
You told us that there were extras, I think, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
42. There were
42.
42 in the original Gokyo. And and that was developed in 1895. They took out 8, put 6 in, which made 40.
Yeah.
And then in 1982, they added some, and the new ones are called what?
Habukaretu Waza?
Those are the ones that were taken out and put back in. Good for you. The Habukareta Waza, are the preserved ones.
Shinmisho?
The ones are?
Shinmisho?
Shimnisho, yes. Okay, let's look at counting now. We're going to look at counting. So I'll mute all. If you have a question or something, you can unmute yourself. So counting. Our normal counting is ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, si, hach, ku, ju. That's what we normally do. Now, there are other ways. I'm not a linguist in Japanese. I'm not fluent in Japanese. So if I'm saying something you feel might have, you have more information on, you can email me, especially you, Kyo. There are other ways to count, and we have that. One of our katas is called Itsutsu no kata, which means forms of 5. Itsutsu is one way of saying the number 5. Itsutsu, that's one way. Instead of go, it's not the go no kata, it's the Itsutsu no kata. Now, ich, ni, san, another word for 4 besides she is yon. So yon kyu, 4th kyu. So you could go yon. It could be yon or she. Ich, ni, san, yon, go, horok. Anyone know, put up a hand if you do, if I can see you, or unmute and say it, what the number 7 would be? Besides
Nana?
ich. Nana, yes, nana. So it could be ich, ni, san, yon, go, horok, nana, hach. And then what's another word for 9? Anyone know that one? Instead of ku. Q. A KYU with, I think, a line of Q. And then ju is 10. So now we have Yodan or Yondan. I've seen that both for black belt, Yodan and Yondan. Don't know why, but I've seen it written both ways. I have seen in some older text Kyudan as opposed to Kudan for 9th dan. So people have asked me, why not Ichidan instead of Shodan? The research I've come up with, Sho means first or new or beginning. A new dan, a shodan, and a dan is step or degree. And my understanding is Sho, a lot of Japanese characteristics, and again, I'm not well versed in this, but they have little, written pictograms, and they give more meaning to it. And my understanding for Sho, it's saying that it's the first senior rank. It's a beginning senior rank. It's a new beginning. So Shodan has more than just its first dan, is my understanding. So that's why it's not an Ichidan, it's a Shodan. It's a change into a whole different level of dan. And I have been told, and things that I've seen have been borne this correct, that we in America oftentimes, our Shodans are, it's like, oh, that's what we're going for. If you get Shodan, wow. Whereas in some other parts of the world, Shodan is, it's the beginning. You're just starting to get there. Okay, it's where now you can really start learning. And in fact, Sho, it's sort of mastering the basics. It's where training really begins. It's where you get to be one of the seniors who helped you, is oftentimes what Shodan is. That's not to say Shodan isn't super important for us, and it's not a massive accomplishment, but it's also a beginning of our new part of our career in judo. Just an interesting way of looking at it. So that's my understanding why it's Shodan. Okay. Does that sound right, Kyo?
Yeah, I think, as you say, Shodan is more deeper meaning than Ichidan.
Hi.
And it's, I think Ichidan is, Shodan is feel more better hearing, better pronunciation for me, for Japanese maybe.
I see.
So everyone use Shodan. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Domo.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, stone drop. What's the name of that throw? Stone drop is Ganseki Otoshi. Ganseki Otoshi. And we will recap that tonight. So let's get back to moving. 1 minute, your choice. Move around, do some fit-ins, do some moving. Hajime. Okay, you're gonna be ready? That's a half a minute. You got a half a minute more. That's it. All right. Recap for the last 2 weeks. We've gone through the first kyo, which is called the Dai Ikkyo of the Gokyo no Waza. The first 6 techniques we've done. Deashirai, Hizaguruma, Sasa Surakameash, Ukigosh, Osuragari, Ogosh. First 6 techniques. So, for the beginners, Deashirai, Hizaguruma, Sasa Surakameash, Ukigosh, floating hip. Osotogari, Ogosh, major hip. I'll give you about 15, 20 seconds to recap any of those. A minute, half a minute. Recap any of those. Go ahead. You can fit in on any of those 6. So your legs slightly spread. 15 seconds. Mate. So now, O Uchigari is number 7. Oh, by the way, PJ is helping me out. It was asked before, what's this brown belt she's wearing? From 30 years ago, she was a brown belt. She studied for many years with me. 30 years ago. So she is valid EQ. All right. So for O Uchigari, I'm coming in to reap her leg. Now, if I turn this way to bring my leg in, she could counter me. So oftentimes people will tell you, look over, or at least this way, but don't turn this way. Some people like to hold here and pull down with this so that you're getting your weight on them. And then reap. So that's one method. There's another method I picked up from Matsumoto Sensei about 35 years ago. He took the lapel, and when he went in for it, he turned his wrist and went right under the chin. So it was just like that, as he's coming in to drive on the person. Come right under to push. An interesting style. I saw Inui do that one time, I believe, in one video, an Olympian. Right underneath, push, and then you're hopping, you're lifting that leg out and actually popping them over there. So if you're at beginner level, I would suggest here. If you're more advanced and you want to think about that one, you also can do it when she's stepping back and then forward. So back, and some people like to, as they're coming forward, stop, reap their leg as they're coming forward towards me. And then reap. I'll give you about a half a minute to practice any of those styles. So Ouchigari, go ahead. I'm gonna skip Mate. All right, we're gonna skip Serenage for right now. We're gonna go into the Sukuinage that I've shown the past 2 weeks. Sukuinage, scooping throw. Coming in, scoop. Ippon Serenage, overshoot it, scoop. And then the third one I showed last week, Ippon Serenage, coming around behind, your leg behind, and either scooping them or go down with them. If you scoop back, it's a valid legal sukuinage. If you go down with them, it probably turns into a tanya tosh. And the colloquial term I used for this was wakia tosh, armpit drop. Go ahead and practice any of those. All right. Last week, we went over Ganseki Otosh. This is also a quick recap. I am coming in for what now is an illegal move, a standing choke, cross choke. Let's remind ourselves of the chokes. Cross choke like this is Nami Jujijimi, Gyaku Jujijimi, Kata Jujijimi. So we are going in for a Gyaku Jujijimi. She pushes down on my lower arm, so go ahead and grab the arm, and pushes up on the upper arm. Down on the lower, up on the upper. I want to pull her in, she pushes up. I just come around underneath, get in position, and throw her right over. Turn. She blocks it. I come around into position and bring her right over. The other option is, I come around, I don't go underneath and do like a morote seirinage. Those are both ganseki otoshi. That's a recap from last week. Go ahead and practice. Okay, so that's going to be it for there. We'll do mat work and then we'll be doing Jigoku Jimmy rope in a couple minutes.
Okay.
If you have nothing else but a judo gi, you can cross your judo gi and then come under to throw ganseki otoshi. Ten more seconds. Mate. So as I just said, if you had nothing more than a judo gi, you could do your cross choke on the judo gi right there. And then come around, ganseki otoshi, or come around for the ippon seoinage style. So if you're having problems figuring it out, that might be a way to help you. I have my mannequin here. I showed last week. We have a Namishu Jijimi, Gyaku Jijimi, Kata Jijimi. I showed an entry where you're beside the mannequin, you go under their armpit, you grab their file lapel. So there is the file lapel that I'm grabbing. Then you come back either with the thumb in, fingers in, or grab on top. And you have a thumb in, that would be finger in, thumb in, that's a kata jujijimi. Both fingers in, a gyaku jujijimi. And for the more advanced players, you can lift the person up, come around, get on top, and do your choke right there. Go ahead and practice that one. Again, if you have nothing else but a gi, you could use that. If you've made yourself a little mannequin, that's very helpful. PJ. Get over there facing this way. All right, Mate, bring it in. Last week, I was asked to look at Jigoku Jime. Jigoku Jime is the hell strangle. Now, there are more than one way. There are different ways to do Jigoku Jime. I'm going to give you one method. I think my method that I'm going to show you right now is probably different than many that you have used. Having said that, it might be exactly what you've done. It's one that I've used for about 30, 35 years. But as I said, there's many other Jigoku Jimes. I'll show you this one. And then in the next week or two, we will play with it and do some variations. My partner's on their hands and knees. The hand turned towards her head, I call my upper hand. Hand towards her back, I call lower hand. Upper leg towards her head, lower leg. My upper leg is going around her arm. My lower hand is going around the other arm. Now, usually what you do is you push forward and roll. I could do that. Right now, however, instead of rolling forward, I'm going to go backwards. I will be in the exact same position once I'm on my back. So I get my leg out of the way, I roll back, and have my partner here. Now, I need to switch arms on, legs on the arm. So I take this leg and put it over my knee and get my foot out. Let's look at that again. This foot over my knee, take the foot out. And then I take this foot and put it on the ground. If I leave it up, she'll take her arm out. I keep it down. With this hand, I grab my own lapel. Now she's got both hands trapped. I pop my hips out. Let me and keep this leg tight so she can't get away. Take this hand across her face, bring my leg over, choke. Good. So now I'm going to do that with my mannequin. Mannequin is down. Now, perhaps I'm here and the person grabbed me by the leg, okay? Maybe I'm right here and they just slipped and grabbed by the leg. That's how come this upper leg is trapped. I might not have done it. I take this hand, come under here, grab my own lapel. Then here is where I can roll over. Now I'll turn so you can see me. I rolled over, pop my hips out. I've already switched my legs. Let's switch legs and then grab across, bring your leg over, pull with this arm, push with that. One more time. Grab my leg. I'm here. I'm ready to roll. They put their foot out and they block me and they twist. So I just bring them backwards. Switch legs. Pop hips out. Grab across and choke. Go ahead and practice. If you have a question on this as you're practicing, you want to come all over, unmute and ask me, hey, Kat, where was this or what happened? You can do that, otherwise practice.
Ken, do you mind showing after the leg is trapped from there? Thank you.
After
After you switch legs, I'm sorry.
after you switch legs. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So I've hooked, I've gone back. I've now switched legs. You want to push that down?
Yeah.
I've now switched legs. I pop my hips out. If I'm too far underneath, there's no way I'll get my leg around. So I need to pop my hips out from underneath them now that I've gotten everything trapped. Then I reach across from my own side. Don't come, I could come from the other side and do jigoku that way too, which is how many people know jigoku. But here I'm reaching from my side across to the opposite with my thumb in, bring my leg over, and I can do that because my butt's facing that way. I pop my hips out and then just pull and push. Don't put your foot on their face, bring your foot down across their chest so you're not digging into their face. If that gave you what you wanted, Pam, great. If not, let me know. 30 more seconds and then we will continue. That's it. We have gone over the past couple of weeks, 5 hold downs. Do you remember the 5 hold downs and in order? And if you're not sure which ones I'm talking about, the 5 in the Katame no Kata. First one is Kuzuri Keizu Katame. Hand is under the arm. Kuzuri Keizu. Second one, bring the hand around. Push their hand across their face. Up on the knee. Kata Katame. The third one, you come on top. I will turn so you can see what I'm doing. Underneath their arms, grab their belt, pull in. Kamisho Katame, upper 4 corners. Fourth one, you go back around. I will turn the mannequin again so you can see what I'm doing. Grab under the arm, grab the belt, grab the lapel, between their legs, get their belt if you can, pull in. Don't be too far down by their hips. They'll push your head down and bring their leg around you. So stay up tight. And then Kuzure Kamishio, grabbing over their arm, fingers in, over the head, belt, and you're slightly off to the side. Try it again on your own. I will mention what they are: Kuzure Keizu Katame, Kata Katame, Kamishio Katame, Yokoshio Katame, Kuzure Kamishio Katame. Go ahead and try it one more time on your own. All right, Mate, I'm going to give you 2 minutes for mat work. You can do whatever you would like. You can be doing Keizu Gatame, Kuzure Keizu, Mune Gatame, or a modification of Yokoshio Gatame. You can be doing Makura Keizu Gatame. You could be doing your chokes. You could be doing Ure Garames. You could be doing Ure Garame from here. Whatever you want. Or you can have your mannequin hold you down. They're kind of tough, you know. Let them hold you, bridge and roll, work with them. So 2 minutes, go. Mat work. Minute and a half. One more minute. Half a minute more. Mate. Okay, bring it in. We have been going over some rule penalties and hand signals. So let's do a quick recap. Non-combativity. And then give Shido. Okay. Leg grab. Shido. What else did we have? On false attack, I had shown straight out and straight down. Jake, who has been doing a lot of national, international refereeing. In fact, Jake got his B international referee status this past year. He says that they're now, instead of here, just arms out like you're grabbing the lapel and straight down. Am I correct on that, Jake? Jake, we okay with that? Arms slightly bent, nice and relaxed, and just straight down. So that would be false attack. Okay, good. Sonomama, we only use where? In mat work. No sonomama in standing. Okay. We have about 2 more minutes. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Movement, whatever you want. Standing, groundwork, you got 2 minutes to burn it out. Uchikomis, with your mannequin, whatever you want to do. Hajime, got 2 minutes to burn it out. Last 2. Minute and a half. One minute. Half a minute left. Mate, Shimatsu undo. We'll just do a little bit. Arms out and rotate a little bit. And rotate a little bit. And rotate a little bit. Stretch just a little bit on one arm. And stretch a little bit on the other arm. Nice, easy, seoinage. Other side, seoinage. Nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Bend down, up. Mate, end of workout. Thank you very much. Kyotsuke.